Hello, my name is Christina Ennis, and welcome to the 2024 Mineral Resources Review podcast. Today we're sponsored by Caliber Mining and powered by Gale Force Winds. I'm joined this afternoon by Terry and Art. They are two prospectors here in the province. Welcome to you both.
Hello.
So to kick us off, now we will get more into what is all in front of us here, but could you tell me a little bit about yourselves and your background?
Well, I'm a prospector in central Newfoundland, and we got into prospecting many years ago, but in the past 4 or 5 years, we got into prospecting for gemstones. We've done a lot of research and homework on what could be here, and so we started, researching the Allen and the rocks and the age of the rocks. And
right.
Then eventually, I went over to my buddy and asked him, did he want to partner up, go and prospecting, and at gemstones, he said yes, and then we just decided to go look.
And here we are. And Terry, what about you? What are you all about? What brought you to prospecting?
Well, I was always interested in prospecting, but in the last 4 or 5 years, 5 or 6 years, it got really serious, and we've been had a bit of luck with it. And other than that, it's just
awesome.
Whatever we can find.
Enjoying it. Cool. And you guys are based in Central?
Central, Grand Falls.
In Grand Falls, Missouri. Awesome. Excellent. Well, we've got a plethora of items in front of us.
Oh, 100%.
Can you tell me about prospecting? What is prospecting?
Prospecting is looking for minerals like gold, zinc, lead, copper, anything that could be mineable, and so even like bring something to the market for the province, right?
Right.
So we specialized in gemstones, and it's just such a new thing.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning of the gemstone. This is the very first gemstone ever found in Newfoundland, and so we decided to go explore, and hopefully at some point to bring this hard on what it is, because we had to prove that it was emeralds here in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of homework in front of us to prove there were emeralds here.
Cool. Now, ironically, I have an emerald.
Yes, and that looks
emerald
like Columbia
here.
Emerald.
A what?
I said that looks like a Columbia
A
emerald.
Columbia emerald.
That's what I would
I'm gonna get
say.
a Newfoundland emerald.
Well, just right where we're at.
So, Terry, what have you got over there?
We recently got put into the GIA journal. It's the Gems in Geology 2024 Spring Edition, where they've done a feature on the Emerald Discovery in Newfoundland.
Emerald Discovery Newfoundland.
Yeah.
How have I not heard about the Emerald Discovery Newfoundland before? This is really neat. Awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's a big step.
Cool.
So in the article, they call it the Burl Emerald Discovery, right? So basically what happened, we had the whiter part still the burl off the gemstone, and the greener part with the vanadium and chromium on it,
Right.
made it into a more saturated green, where it's classified enough to be emerald.
Right.
So then that's
Has to be
why
green enough.
That's green enough,
to be emerald, yeah.
right? So the more green, the better, and the lighter, it's still can run into burl, and that's so basically the burl is the white part, and the green is the emerald.
Cool. I don't know if this is going to focus if I hold this
Yeah,
up to the
you go
camera,
ahead.
but this is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Jerry's probably, Christina, what are you doing? I'm over here holding these rocks up because these are really cool. So these are from Central Newfoundland.
Central Newfoundland
Central,
on
yeah.
the Beta Spear Highway,
Cool.
and they were found in a rock quarry owned by Great Atlantic, which is this company here. So we were prospecting on their property, and when we found the burl/emerald,
Yep.
we got in contact with them and asked would they mind we prospect on their property.
Right.
So this is their very early stages of prospecting, and so right now, so they're after, advertising it and showing it off quite a bit for us, and it's very, like I say, early stages for maybe hope some exploration in the future. But right now it's just boots on the ground prospecting for us.
Awesome. And Terry, what do we have in front of us over here in these circles?
Well, this is a variety of just cut gemstones with a little bit of polishing on them, just to show off the colors and quality of what we're pulling out.
Can they be picked up?
Yeah.
They sure can, yeah.
This one
Just
looks.
pull them right out, that's all.
Okay, it's a
Yeah.
little. Okay, awesome. These are pretty neat now. I don't know if this is going to reflect the light
Yeah,
or if
yeah.
it's going to be visible, but hopefully it is. But interesting. There's about how many are in this?
50.
50.
And then with all the
Emeralds.
time they get cut, they go into a ring just like this, and that is
come
the
out.
emerald.
Beautiful. Look at us, the emerald
Oh,
ring. Look at us over
definitely,
here.
definitely.
So can people, if someone wanted to have a piece of jewelry with a Newfoundland emerald,
At this point in
they
the
do?
game, we're not allowed to sell it
No,
yet
okay.
because we're just in early stages of prospecting.
Unless you find it yourself.
Well,
So-
they wanted to go into like the mining sector,
Right.
and so it's a different, it's a long ways away from that. It's
Right.
more just
Yes,
display.
it's mostly displayed.
Mostly display.
Display, yeah.
Cool.
And to just show off what is here in Newfoundland, and hopefully down the road it could go into that. But as it stands right now, this is just prospecting and doing more research, trying to find more targets
Right.
to find more minerals.
So are there a lot of folks prospecting?
Oh my God, Newfoundland is huge for prospecting.
Huge for prospecting.
Yeah. Yes, really huge.
And so what's your next step here?
Well, we're trying to find targets, which is over on this part here. Like, basically, we what we would need is like what gives us the color off the emeralds. So
Right.
we're looking for vanadium, chromium, and we need beryllium, which would be the beryl. So basically, we need to find targets, and that's what we would do down where we're working at. So basically, we find the recipe what makes the emerald. So basically what we need our chromium,
Okay.
we need our beryllium, and we need our vanadium. And with all this put together, we could get our emerald with our, geology background with the right geology. So that's a part of the system that we use to look for emeralds. And then we went down, me and Terry, and we found the beryl. At that time was beryl till we had to get it tested through GIA.
Right.
So then we found these, there's another one here, right there. So this is the one that we found in Newfoundland right here. And this is what we are putting it next to the emerald mine that was in China.
Right.
And they had the core, white core, and they had the black dots, which was the tourmaline, and the green rimming, which was the emerald.
Right.
So the middle part was still the beryl, and the darker green is significant enough to be emerald. So then we started looking at that, so we possibly had emeralds. So then into the host rock was the scheelite in China, and so this scheelite and tungsten, which was the actual showing. That is this one here.
Like this?
Yep.
Yeah.
And this was, then we compared it with the Newfoundland one, which was the scheelite and tungsten, and then we got this out off this mine right here, was their assay off the mine results. So that was our beryl, vanadium, chromium, so on and so on. So then we went down, and actually I had another copy there. We had another assay. We compared the numbers to that, and then we had the same numbers. So then we went down and went looking, and then we drove down to this South quarry. We knew there was a beryl showing down there, in the tungsten, and that possibly it could be emeralds there. So we got it with a hammer and chisel, and we found a pegmatite vein, which this is the pegmatite part right here with the mica.
Yeah.
And we took a hammer and chisel, and we started chipping at this pegmatite, and eventually
We're lying, we come across.
come across the first emerald.
Cool. So, Terry, when you go out prospecting, is there much equipment involved?
Well, that's a little bit, but mostly just a hammer and chisel and
Hammer and chisel, and just start chiseling away.
Just boots on the
See what
ground
you can find.
prospecting, because anything beyond that there, you had to get permits with the government
Right.
and do everything like the tracks.
it's on the ground prospecting, just hammer and chisel and rubber.
So if someone wanted to get into prospecting, they just start going out with hammer and chisel and start looking.
You
Sorta.
get yourself into a prospector association.
Okay, there's a prospecting
Or you
association.
can get yourself into it. Then you could apply for a prospector license, and then that would help you prospect. There's a site, a government site that will help you. We got lots of mods that could narrow down targets for you.
Right.
Just to go prospecting the ground.
Cool.
It's hard, but with the help from all the stuff, the data that's given to you, you could really make it a lot easier, right?
Kind of pinpoint where to.
Pretty much, yeah. And we've been prospecting like beyond, like up in Labrador too, and we're have to find other gemstones. So we're after like find sapphires in Labrador.
Wow.
And,
Sapphires?
Sapphires in Labrador, right?
8 on the Northern Peninsula.
Jade on Northern Peninsula.
Jade on Northern
Yeah. Well, our main focus at the moment are these emeralds. Well, right now they're not going away yet. But right now, like in Labrador, is a nice long trip to get there. These emeralds are practically in our back garden, an hour, 10-minute drive from home, and we're on the ground prospecting.
That's so cool.
And that's
Right in the backyard, yeah.
Awesome.
It's pretty amazing.
Fabulous. Well, I am super impressed. This is awesome. I have learned so much the last couple days and learned some really cool technologies. This has overtaken my number one fun fact about the mining sector in Newfoundland, that there are emeralds on the island. I had no idea.
Yeah, we were surprised.
So
too.
cool.
And like I say, it was exciting for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Big step.
Big
Step for Newfoundland for what can be possibly what Victor. Like we'll use this as an example. This weigh in as like an emerald, but a 1 carat size emerald.
Right.
Now, if this was top quality emerald, this could have a huge amount of value in when it comes time mining and bring it to market, right?
Right.
But right now, at the way it is, it's still this is just like what's on the surface. We're not in the ground or nothing.
Right.
So we're just finding.
Who knows
so
what's down deeper?
The potential's huge.
the potential is huge.
Huge.
Like this could run into thousands of dollars for quality wise,
Right.
darker green like you have on your hand,
Yeah.
and so on. But right now, this was a quarry that was actually, used for paving, and it actually was. Dynamite was used there at one time years ago.
Wow.
So that would have hurt a lot of these emeralds for fractures and inclusions. So when you get down with less inclusion fracture, the more value you can get.
More pure?
Yeah,
Is that what?
100%.
Is that the right word?
Pure, and we need color too, right? So
Clarity.
clarity, everything's
yeah.
involved. Yeah.
Words that I've learned about rocks. That is amazing. Is there anything else you guys want to tell people about what you guys are doing?
Grab your hammers and chisels and get out prospecting into pigmatite dikes, and this is what you can find.
You need to go on a field trip with you guys.
Oh, actually, we had one field trip a year with Prospectors Association, where 20 students, not 20 people came down and got to prospect for a day with us.
Next time me and Jerry are out central, maybe we can come take a look.
Bring the crew, and you're all in.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you guys for joining me. So I have a gift here for you. So our sponsor today, Caliber Mining. So they have provided us with these. They're not
Very
camping
nice.
mugs. They are Prospector cups, and you're real
Thank you very kindly.
prospectors. So I'll give these to you folks. They're expecting first
thank you so
gold
much.
in 2025, which is
Yes.
super cool
Yeah.
too.
Excellent.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Hope to have you back on the show sometime
No,
soon.
thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And stay tuned, folks, for more from the Mineral Resources Review.